and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. So you should die. You're going to be consumed. You're going to die. Right? For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all nations and all tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. So that's what's going to happen. But let's get back to the Lord. That's something that's yeah, I'm reading.
This is going into the trees, men seeing as trees. This is Mark chapter 8, verse 23. And he looked, and he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and put his hands upon him, he asked him if he saw aught. So Christ healed a man that was blind, right? Verse 24. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. Proving what the brother said. You see men as trees walking, right? And after that, he put his hands again upon his eyes and made him look up. And he was restored and saw every man clearly. That's what I want to know.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 4. And it says, Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob. Get Psalms 1 to 2. Verse 5 and 3.
This is Psalms chapter 1, verse 2.
So he commanded us, and he gave us a law, right? And that's what we have to follow. That's what we have to have ourselves in.
This is Psalms 1 and 2. But his delight is in the law of the Most High, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night. This is Psalms 1 and 2. But his light is in the law of the Most High, and in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
So we're meant to meditate day and night in this. When I wake up, meditate. When I go sleep, meditate. So even when you're dreaming, man, hey, I know that I can attest to some dreams I had.
King.
Like,
This is
What religion is this?
It's not religion, it's our heritage. We're the Hebrew Israelites, sister. Have you heard about the Hebrew Israelites? You haven't? We're going to get some curses for you, right? So right, slavery is documented in the Bible. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:68. Hold up. This is... Someone get Exodus 20 and 2. You got questions, sister?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to get this one. I want to get the first one.
Go on, bring that.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Are they a Hebrew? So am I. Are they an Israelite? So am I.
So we're the Israelites, sister. Hebrew is our language. He's saying, so am I. This is in the New Testament. Read.
Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
You came out of Abraham, Isaac, and his son was what? Jacob. His name was changed to Israel. We're the Israelite, sister. Our histories in the Bible, no people went through this, the slave ship. But our people, sister. What's your nationality? Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. What tribe?
Urobo. Not Yoruba. Urobo.
Yoruba.
I'm from the south.
From the south.
Urobo.
Okay. We're going to get some commandments to see if the spirit ask it. Alright, so we're going to get the curses, we're going to get the slave ship, and we're going to break down what Egypt means according to the scriptures. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So wait, we walked out of Egypt. The Lord said he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. We're going to find out what Egypt means. Bring that.
This is Exodus 14 and 13. It says, and Moses said unto the people, fear not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them no more again forever. So that means that the Egypt that's being spoken about in Deuteronomy 28 verse 68 cannot be literal Egypt. Because here it says we will never see the Egyptians again. Literally. Forever it says. We won't see them.
But there's still a place called Egypt.
Yeah. But we won't see them.
I don't want to be video.
So we're going to get what? Context. The Lord bring us out. He said with ships.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Egypt means slavery, out of the house of bondage. The Lord said, I'm going to bring you to slavery again with ships. How do our people get transported around the whole world? With ships. The Israelites with ships, it's documented. Right, so I'm going to read this again. And you're going to find out now that Egypt, this means slavery. It says in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So into slavery again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies. Now who's we sold to, sister? Once we got to slave ship. And said 20, 60, 40,
To
80.
Europe.
Sold. How do they
We're
look?
sold to Europe.
Europe. So the so-called white man was sold to the Europeans, right? So the Lord said they are enemies, sister. The Lord said that, not me, right? For bondmen and bondwomen, for slave man and slave woman, and no man shall buy you. So no one's going to redeem us. Who do we have? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. Not one of them is going to redeem us. Christ has come back to redeem us. The so-called black man, the tribe of Judah. No, Christ was like you, sister. Has hair wool. Had woolly hair. Christ had woolly hair. You know that.
This ain't, look, use that. This ain't Christ. This ain't,
None of them are Christ.
none of these are Christ.
Where's Christ then?
But this ain't Christ.
See your boy Jay. See your boy Jay, sister.
So who is
The
Christ?
painting.
I know that Christ. I don't think Christ is a white man.
So we get what Christ looked like according to the Bible. So we get what he looked like. Let's get that
It's
then.
like
Revelation
a,
1
it
and
looks like the Egyptian color
Say that one more
in the
time.
Mediterranean.
No. We're going to get
Mediterranean.
through the scriptures. We're going to get through the scriptures.
Revelation 1 and 13.
Right, bring it up.
And in the midst of the seven
Sister,
candlesticks,
listen. In the midst of the seven candlesticks, the menorah, the seven candlesticks.
one like unto the Son of
Now,
Man,
who's the Son of Man? Son of Man. Christ. Jesus Christ. All right. Read.
clothed with a garment down to
Yeah,
the
the
foot,
long garment, longer than this, down to the foot. Read.
and girt about the paps of the, it's like a pap with a golden
Get the
girdle.
championship belt on. The man trying, he's not going to go for it. He's going to stop it. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool,
Look at woolly hair, sister. Listen to her. Woolly hair. Hair and wool.
This race,
Mixed ring. Come on, sister.
I mean, I'm so-called mixed race,
Yes.
right? I'm a bit darker than that. I still got woolly hair.
Exactly.
And where would I have got that from? I wouldn't have got that from a white person.
no, from your black heritage.
Okay, so-
Mixed together, that's why I call it mixed race.
Yeah,
From the
no,
two
no,
race
but-
come together, you bread that.
Read that last bit again. Read that last bit again. There's only one people that has an afro. Did Mr. T not have an afro? Was he mixed race?
Ooh.
Mr. T, was he mixed race? Was Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, were they mixed race?
If you look at the history, back. Yes.
Sister, come on, sister. We don't want to play, was it semantics?
No, I'm not
We
playing.
don't
I'm
want to play
having
semantics.
a fair discussion
There's
with
only
you.
one people that has an afro, sister.
Black people.
All right.
Well,
Revelation,
Come on, sister.
if I lose my hair,
Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool,
Right.
as white as snow,
White as snow.
and his eyes were flame of
So
fire.
when the so-called white, the black man drinks, how does his eye turn?
when I
Red.
drink,
When you drink wine, how does his eye turn? The corner of his
and I'm
eye.
not taking
Red,
note of
red.
that.
Okay, red. Go on.
And his feet like a fine brass,
Now what kind of grass is that? Grass.
Grass is brown.
Brown. Brown. Yeah. Alright, read on, King.
as if they burnt in a
Now,
furnace.
if I take that brown and burn it in the furnace, what colour is it going to turn? If I take anything and burn it in the furnace, what colour is it going to turn? Black. So how did Christ look?
Very dark color.
Very dark.
But not as dark as me.
No, way darker than you. I'm sorry.
Hey, our people got Stockholm syndrome, you know.
Way darker than you. Because, watch this. You're so-called dark, right? Watch this. I'm going to show you a picture. This is another brother that's so-called dark, right? This is a brother that's so-called your darkness of color. Look at that bronze. That bronze is like, look at that brass. That brass is
So
the
who's
same
the
color.
black? Who is that man?
Just a brother. That's just a brother. That's the same color. That's new brass.
Yeah.
But if you take that brass and you burn it,
So what's that?
it will go even darker
Yes,
than that.
exactly.
And
So
his
it's
voice
he's
as
darker than
as
you.
the son of many
And his
waters.
voice at the sound of many waters. How do many waters sound? Many waters. Loud, isn't it? Christ spoke with authority, rebuking demons. Like a man, right?
See?
This man didn't speak
the
with
same.
authority. This man
Who is
just
this
about-
man?
And then
See
you-
the boy
I'm
there?
reading about this man. I have an article. I read the article.
This
here.
is this man.
This is between 1502 and 1503, Cesare Borgia hired Leonardo da Vinci to be an architect and engineer, in which him and Leonardo da Vinci also become intimate lovers in a homosexual relationship.
See, they had a homosexual relationship. This man, right? No. We're telling you this, we don't think.
They were lovers expressing his love for Caesar. Leonardo painted many pictures
See that
of
Leonardo
him.
painted many pictures of him. We got one picture there, we don't think.
Caesar, Father Rodrigo Borgia,
Right.
who later became Pope Alexander VI under the authority of the Catholic Church
Right.
elite, and his son, picture put up as Jesus
See,
Christ
that's why we got this man put up with Jesus Christ. He had his son picture put up as Christ
in the Western world,
in the Western world.
and honor any picture of a black Jesus.
Of who?
Honor any picture of a black Jesus
Read.
destroyed.
That's why they destroyed the original image of Christ.
Says Caesar had sex with his own sister,
Wow, this man
Lucretia,
had sex with his own sister. Read.
and he killed his brother Da Vinci
And he killed his own brother, Da Vinci.
in 1497.
Right.
And this is the man who the Catholic Church gave their consent to allow his picture to be put up
See?
and prioritized as Jesus,
And that's
portrayed
what they
as Jesus Christ.
The portrait of Jesus Christ, the Catholic Church. You know the Catholic Church took this out the Bible as well. The Apocrypha. Come out of that church, sister.
No.
Come out of that church.
I'm gonna show you
You
something.
just read the wickedness, what they did. They even took the Apocrypha out of it.
If you,
Go on, kid, go on.
And brain dead man.
You're
And
you
brain
said
cell
you're
eat out.
You're Catholic,
I'm
right?
just coming from the cathedral.
Now I'm gonna show you something. Look what the Catholic Church has forgot to Renaissance.
What are they for?
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna show you first, and then I'm gonna show her. Look, what does that say? Jacob and Joseph.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna show you sister.
Show the camera after.
Come on. Look. You can Google this.
Getting documents put up, man.
You can Google this yourself, Salaka. You can Google this yourself. Look, type in Vatican Church, the Vatican Church, Jacob and Joseph image, and it will come up with this. Right? You see Jacob and Joseph right there?
Mm-hmm.
They're black people.
That's fine. I don't have any problem with
Salakia. You got the rest of them there, right?
Show the camera, King.
Right here. Jacob and Joseph. You know, I got clear photo right here.
that. So what is your
Right here.
what is your faith now?
These are black people, right?
This is our heritage. This is not us. This is our faith. We have faith in Christ.
The Holy Bible. Which Bible is
So-
this? King
so
That's our
then-
history.
Vessel.
This picture right here,
King.
this picture was prophesied in the Bible. You know that? This picture was prophesied in the Bible. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 15. And it reads, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning,
So we just read a father was afflicted with untimely mourning. He put this picture up of his son, and his son died untimely. Read.
when he had made
we all
an
know.
image.
We all
So,
know.
sister, listen, he made an image. This image was made, sister. Christ never looked like
But the
this.
thing is that I know that's not Christ's photo.
All right. Read on.
Okay, cool. Right. We'll get to something.
Because for anybody who stayed in a Mediterranean country for many years, even if you are a
When
white
you
person,
have-
your color is dark. So
Listen
it's
to
not
this,
really a
sister.
white person.
Listen to this, sister.
When he have made an image of his child, it's like of his child's son, taken away, now honored him as a god.
See, that's why we honor him as a god. Your granny had this up in her house. Most of our people had this up in our house, sister.
And even if they, most of our people do, and even if you don't, you're going to a Catholic church.
Right.
That Catholic church, they have these images.
Right.
So if you watch this, if you have conformed to that image, get that in Revelation, Salaki. Watch this, because this is very important. Remember, it's the mark of the beast and the image, right? That's what you got to look out for, right? Do you believe that? When you read Revelations, it says the mark of the beast and the image, right? Salaki, get that. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66.
That goes into 666, right? And a lot of our people they're scared to say that number. I don't know why. They're just scared. It's just a number.
Right.
But do you know why they put that number in there? Because that goes back to Zechariah. It's like Zechariah, where it tells us that 2/3 of our nation shall be cut off. And when you read into that, that means 66.6% of our people will be destroyed. That's why it gives that number in Revelation. Wow. But watch this. Wisdom of Solomon, the reason I brought that out is because remember it said conform to the image of the beast. Right? You conform to the image of the beast. So that means you go into that Catholic church, if they have this image in there and they teach this image, because that's what they do. You type up Catholic Church on Google, the first thing that's going to come up is the Vatican Church or various other churches in Rome, and then they're going to give you this picture, right? Let's read it. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 verse 15. Where a father afflicted with untimely mourning when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god. Now watch this. If you honor a picture as a god, what does that mean? A picture. If you honor a picture as a god, what does that mean? That means idol worship. Get Exodus 20. Read it.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
So this image that has been set up, get Revelation. My bad. Go ahead. Come on, you know why? Because I missed something on there. It literally said, I'm not trying
This
to
is
paraphrase.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
So it said, if you didn't worship this image of the beast, you will be killed. Alright, cool. You know, you don't, like, right now, you don't have to worship the image. You don't have to, like, no one's being forced to. But when was we forced to worship the image? When in the time of history when we was forced? Slavery. That's the image of the beast. This is the image, literally, this is the image. But the only thing is, the image you can repent from, right? The mark of the beast you can't. That's why it goes into the mark of the beast straight after. Read on.
Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
We worship anywhere on the street corners. Anywhere you see brothers and there's 3 or 4 or 2 of them gathered, there the Most High is in the midst of them.
God.
Yeah, brother. Blessings. But sister, remember you're an Israelite, yeah? Do some research.
Sorry?
Remember you're an Israelite. Do some research.
I'm not from Israel.
Yeah.
Hold on. See, now you gotta come back. Because Israel is a man before it's a landmass.
Right.
So when I say you're an Israelite, it means prince of the power, meaning you descend from Jacob, the literal man Jacob. You descend from Israel. So when I say you're an Israelite, you're the seed of Jacob.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So yes, you are Israelite.
greater, until we
Listen to
spread
this,
all
sister.
over
This is
the
the
world.
homeland. This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
See, that Jerusalem over there right now is not the real Jerusalem. The reason why
So
it's-
where's the Jerusalem?
No, where it is, the location, that's the real location. But that's not the real Jerusalem. Because as you read, Jerusalem is up there. It's up. And then when you read in Revelations 21, it's coming down. Right?
I'm confused.
Get Revelation 20. What is it? 21.
Because she wants to listen, but she doesn't want to listen. But she can hear you, but you're not listening. I play music, I play saxophone. And you could tell if somebody's listening, they're not listening. You don't hear the music.
Right, this is Revelation chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High, out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
See that? Free. Look. Free. It's been happening all day. 4. It's been happening all day today. What kind of wicked society do we have to live in the way we're seeing this every like 5 minutes, half an hour?
It's very clear. You know that, I know that. Why don't you shut up?
No, come on.
Sister, just ignore him, sister. Just listen to the word of the Lord.
Yeah, that's your brother as
I
well.
know we live in a, yeah, he's my brother. We live in a wicked society. It's clear.
Exactly. So,
we don't love, we don't like each other.
but did
Why?
you
Because we are
hear what it said? New Jerusalem is going to come from heaven unto. Now I'm making an example. You think the Most High would literally let his temple, right, get destroyed by these heathens? Meaning, of course, the temple was destroyed physically, right, and through us as the people. But over there right now, they got what they call it, the Temple Mount, and they say that's the true location of the temple of David, right? Now, if we're gonna say that's true, they got holy heathens in there. They got the Ishmaelites in there. They got the Edomites in there. They got even the Ethiopians in there, right? So that cannot. Most High is not gonna defile the sanctuary that much. So after we see in the scriptures the sanctuary get defiled, our brethren, right, through the Most High's power, we used to destroy the people that done that. Right? That's why when you read Revelations 20, it says a new Jerusalem will come from the heavens and come down. That is also talking about us, right? That's another topic.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna finish the temple.
It's nice to listen to you.
Right.
That's Isaiah 41.
Isaiah 60 as well.
We got a YouTube channel in there. You can take the
You have a
channel.
YouTube channel.
That's why we have flip.
Okay, what is it called? What is your YouTube channel?
We have Rock of Yahawashi.
Yeah, I was gonna get the law.
Rock, Arrows,
We didn't even break it down.
It's a manual.
Let's just break down the 10 commandments. Let's just break down the 10 commandments.
Yahawashi.
Get the 10 commandments.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse
Yeah, well, wow.
Verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day.
You see, they were both looking at us. Both of them were looking at us, man.
Yeah, these things, these people, when them do these things, brethren, are witchcraft. So we have to rebuke them. Shilak Rahim. Send destruction unto them, Lord.
So this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So sister, that's why we keep the Sabbath day holy. From Friday sunset to Saturday sunset is where the day begins. From even to even. Like
Exodus 16 and 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of children of Israel come unto the wilderness of sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after they departed out of the land of Egypt.
Right, read verse 5.
Not verse 5. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
So yesterday, right, because evening to evening is when the day starts.
This is Genesis chapter 1 verse 5. And the Most High called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So when you evening, then morning, that's the day. So yesterday evening would have been when our day started, right? So before yesterday evening, that would have been a preparation day, right? Where we prepared ourselves for the Sabbath, meaning cooked, cleaned, and then maybe had our clothes ready to come out, and stuff like that. That's the preparation day. And then I work in Exodus 16:22.
Exodus 16. This is Exodus chapter 16, verse 22. And it came to pass that on the 6th day he gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses, and he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and sieve that ye will sieve, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So you cook what you cook today on the 6th day, the preparation day, and then you lay it up. You cook double the amount basically.
Right.
Read that again.
This is Exodus chapter 16, verse 13. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and sieve that ye will sieve, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning, as
See?
Moses bade.
Lay it up for the morning, the next day, right? Because you can't cook, you can't kindle fire, right?
Sister,
The precept.
Amos 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet blow in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
So the Most High does everything. That's a closing out. That's a closing out.
let me get a precept.
God, that's a closing out precept, man. I'm gonna be real, because the Most High, he destroys everything and he rebuilds everything.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. So the Lord does everything to stop. Kills, makes alive, poor, rich, all of that.
That's in physical sense as well as spiritual sense. Because he makes us rich spiritually, right? He can make you poor spiritually. He can kill you spiritually, and he can build you up spiritually, right? So let's get into the spiritual side of that basic principle.
Just to expound on what that king said. This is Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord does everything, sister. Everything. All the killing, right? Everything, right?
So yeah, come on, rebuild yourself up in the Most High. Rebuild yourself in Yahawashi.
I got it. The closing precept now was it Zechariah? It's the one.
I didn't go. Yeah, so I got it. Yeah.
2/3. Not all of our people are going to make it. Only some of our people are going to make it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, read that.
This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I'll bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, He is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
This is Lamentations 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. Verse 22. The punishment of thy iniquity is the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away captive. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
So the Edomites are going to get destroyed. They're going to pay for slavery. This is our 7th captivity, and we're no more going to be in slavery no more. We're going to be in the kingdom of heaven, building and paved with gold, and no more again and suffer. And with that, we're going to close out and say, Kum Yasharallah.
Kum Yasharallah.
Shalom.
Whoa.